20 years later, whatever happened to the architects of the Iraq War? Where are they now? Did their record of support for a brutal and illegal war based on brazen lies and embarrassing incompetence lead to professional ruin, criminal charges, prison? No, of course not. They've done just fine.
Iraq, the region, and the whole world would be better off without Saddam.
Tony Blair, the British Prime Minister who joined America's disastrous war in Iraq because he didn't have the guts to say no to George W. Bush. After that display of courage, Blair was bestowed with the UK's most senior knighthood just last year. Oh, and the man who didn't like Saddam's dictatorship has since made millions advising the Saudi, Emirati, and Kazakh dictatorships.
We're helping the people of Iraq and Afghanistan to build free societies.
After sending the US armed forces into a quagmire in Iraq, former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice is now overseeing a quagmire on the football field, this time as part owner for the Denver Broncos, who ranked last in their division this past season. Go Condi!
I was a big supporter of waterboarding.
Vice President Dick Cheney, who was once dubbed the Prince of Darkness, is now apparently the Prince of Hope. Yes, him and daughter Liz are glowing symbols for friendly bipartisanship, shaking hands with Democrats at the January 6th anniversary, and perhaps silently thanking Trump for setting the bar so low.
In the next weeks and months, we shall see what we shall see.
Assistant Secretary of State John Bolton was a leading promoter for the war in Iraq. Today, well, he's still doing exactly that, promoting it, defending it, on this very show. None of those deaths ever keep you up at night?
You don't know what you're talking about. The Iraq War was a brilliant military victory.
The unrepentant Bolton, believe it or not, is now considering running for president.
There are enormous resources available from other sources than just the American taxpayer to help the Iraqi people.
Deputy Secretary of Defense Paul Wolfowitz, one of the key architects of a war that cost 40 times more than originally estimated. He went on to become, I kid you not, the president of the World Bank.
That speech marked a moment where the United States really did begin to move rapidly toward a war with Iraq.
Speechwriter David Frum, who coined Bush's infamous Axis of Evil line, has since managed to rebrand himself as a liberal pin-up for the anti-Trump hashtag resistance at The Atlantic magazine, where, by the way, even now he continues to write pieces defending the invasion of Iraq.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Paul Bremer, the man who George Bush made viceroy of post-war Iraq, went from running the occupation from the Green Zone in Baghdad to running bunny slopes in the Green Mountains of Vermont, where he now works as a ski instructor. And look, he may have overseen civil war and sectarian massacres during his time in Iraq, but hey, be fair, Bremer also opened Iraq's first ski resort. Those lucky Iraqis. And last but not least, we have a Democratic senator who had been pushing for war against Saddam Hussein for years before the US actually invaded. A man who not only voted for the Iraq war, but rallied support behind regime change.
These weapons must be dislodged from Saddam Hussein, or Saddam Hussein must be dislodged from power.
Yes, that man, the senator from Delaware who chaired the Foreign Relations Committee. Well, he went on to become the 46th president of the United States. Yes, dear viewer, the Iraq war hawks, the architects, the people who voted for it, whether Republican or Democrat, whether American or British, they all failed up.